Welcome to a tour of my webquest.
The title of my webquest is Water Cycle Quest.
I decided to do it
on this topic because I think it's a real life problem students can relate to. In my intro, I introduced the topic and provide information about the importance of water. Next, then on task, I discuss what students will be investigating
on the water cycle quest
and provide a brief description of what students will be doing. I also provide 3 questions that students will be working on. One is define 3 states of water and explain their role in the water cycle. For process, 2 is find out where does the water we drink come from. I went ahead and listed what the students will be doing step by step. 3 and created 2 sub-pages. Is why are we running out of drinking water? The second sub-page. Number 4 is what can we do to conserve the resources that give us drinking water. And here I listed step by step. And 1, they will be choosing. In here, I 2, they will be conducting tell students that they're going to be working in groups, 4, and that each of them will have a presentation. And for links and for process, on the left I listed what the students will be doing step by step and created 2 sub-pages. Students, one is called links with research and gather information, and the other one is called roles. And on the right, I also listed a couple of cool tools step that students can use for this project. For number 1, they're going to be choosing a role. Students with pictures, number 2, they will be conducting a research. Also Google. Number 3 can help them. They will collaborate on Google Docs. Number 4, they're going to create a pictures that they get from Flickr and Google on their Picasso. For one of the sub-pages, links and cool tools, for collaboration, they will be using a couple of links that they can use and Google Docs, which will help them with the research and gathering information. And I listed them on the left-hand side. Researcher, the organizer, and I also listed a couple of cool tools that they can use for this project. For example, they can get really awesome pictures at Flickr. Then they will be evaluated. They can also use Google for images. And they can also edit their pictures on Picasso. We'll be evaluating the role. And I also provided a link to YouTube where they can upload their videos if they wish to. They don't have to use with each other. YouTube for the assignment, but I went ahead and listed that one just in case they wanted to. Their Google Doc. And for collaboration, and they will be using their use of time. Sites and docs in Google. In my conclusion, and for the roles, which is the next sub-page under process, and I also reviewed learning outcomes that they could choose from. And here one is the researcher, I included 5 reflective organizer, for 3 is manager and timekeeper, once they completed the 4th one is tech savvy. And on my teacher page, I number 4 and is evaluation, and this is that's required to complete the assignment. Some of that I provided that students for my students to follow. My contact information, and this is what their address, and I also grade will be based on. A link so if they want to get a 4, which is the highest score, they need to follow what's under 4. The grade level that this assignment can be good for is 5th grade. And here I listed the California. And I also explained under category that they will be graded on that are incorporated the roles, the Google presentation, Google Docs, and their use of time. And I hope you guys like. And what I mean by role is their their participation and how they cooperated with each other in the group. For conclusion, I went ahead and summarized what we learned and what we did in the webquest, And I also talked about the learning outcomes. And I wrote about a couple of them, how the different types of media that they used for the project. They learned how to navigate on Google Docs and Google Presentation. They also learned how to research for information and use Flickr for pictures. And I also included reflective questions right here. And I went ahead and included 5 reflective questions, and one of them is, what are the 3 states water can assume? After your research about the water cycle, do you think it's acceptable to use drinking water to water our yard and wash our cars? Number 3, can you think of 2 things we can do to help save our recycled water? Number 4, what happens during the evaporation process? Number 5, what do you think will happen if we run out of fresh water? Would ocean water be our backup? And those are some questions that I came up with that students can reflect on after completing the webquest. And my last page is the teacher page. And in here, I included some information about the webquest. For example, like the time that it will require to complete this assignment, some resources that the students used and that were offered to them, my contact information. I also included the link to my blog so that students can get additional information there, and also provided them with my email address. And here I listed the standards that my webquest covered, and the grade level is 5th grade. And this concludes the tour of my webquest. I hope you guys like it. Thank you and have a good night.